Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Students, hope so you all fine, good and healthy. Well, in a previous video, we have learned about the cell cycle. Cell cycle is split into two phases, interphase and mitotic phase. We have learned in the previous video in detail about the interphase and mitotic phase, as well as we have learned about the cytokinesis in the animal as well as in plants. Now we are going to discuss about the significance of mitosis. Significance means advantage. What is basically the advantage of mitosis? We know very well that in mitosis, the daughter cells are totally resembling to the parental cell. The daughter cell is totally look-alike, just like their parents. A parent have a 46 chromosome if, then the daughter will also have a 46 chromosomes. Due to this property, one of the greatest significance of the mitosis is the development and the growth. The number of the cell which is in an organism used to increase by mitosis. A one cell is going to produce a whole body, a whole living organism. Like one egg cell is basically a one cell used to produce a chick, and chick is made of millions of cells. So the number of the cells are increasing within an organism, and this is basically happening by the help of the mitosis. Basically, this is the basics of the development of the multicellular body from a single cell. One cell used to produce one complete living organism. So, how that come? Obviously, by the help of the mitosis. A cell used to increase its number by the help of the mitosis. One cell going to produce two cells, and two cells are going to produce four, and four cells are going to produce eight, and eight cells are going to produce 16, and so on, and then million to trillion, and will produce a living organism. One zygote, you know that the zygote known as the embryo. The embryo used to produce a whole living organism by the help of the mitosis, by the process known as the mitosis. Basically, a plant seed is also an embryo, and you used to know that the seed used to produce a complete plant. Seed is a single cell, while plant is the multicellular organism. So this is happening by the help of the mitosis. The mitosis is the basic thing which is actually producing millions of the cells from a single cell. The next important advantage is the cell replacement. As we knew from our digestive system or from respiratory system, the cells are continuously used to replace by the new cells. Similarly, whenever you are going to get the wound, it used to heal by a new cells. The new cells used to replace the old cells. So from where these new cells used to come? Yes, these used to come by the help of the mitosis. The mitosis used to help in the replacement of the old cells. By the help of the mitosis, the new cell used to produce totally look-alike with the old cell. A new cell which is going to produce from the old cell is totally or 100% resembling with the old cell. So that's why these new cells are basically replacing the old cell. As we know that our digestive system is basically daily, you can say that many of the cells used to sloughed off. Many of the cells used to die. So these old cells used to replace by the new cells. And these new cells are totally resembling to the old cell, and this happened by the process of the mitosis. You know very well about the RBC, your red blood cells. Their lifespan is 120 days. So, after 120 days, the old cell used to replace with the new cell. A new cell is totally resembling to the old cell. So obviously, this is actually happening by the process of the mitosis. This is known as a cell replacement. The next important significance is regeneration. Basically, there are some organisms, there are some, you can say, the living organisms which used to regenerate their missing part. So, this regeneration also helped by the mitosis. You might have seen the lizard. Due to any kind of an accident, the lizard used to lose its tail. But after some day, you will see that a lizard have its tail. So how that come? Basically, the lizard is included in that organism which used to regenerate its missing part, especially the tail. And this regeneration is mean the synthesis of the cell again. So this will be happen by the help of the mitosis. Similarly, there are also other, you can say, there are also some other organisms which also used to do the regeneration, like starfish. The starfish is also included in these organisms. Let's suppose the starfish, due to some kind of the accident, you lose its limb. After some day, you will see that the limb is back. This is basically by the process of the regeneration. A regeneration, obviously, mitosis. So the mitosis is helping to synthesize the missing part. Now, the next one is the asexual reproduction. As you know, student, that there are two types of the reproduction. One is the asexual reproduction and other one is a sexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, only single parent is involved. And in that case, the offsprings are totally resembling to their parents. So, in that case, the offspring, whatever is going to produce, is totally similar to their parents. Another type of the reproduction is the sexual reproduction, which we are going to learn in detail in next session. Sexual reproduction in which the two parents are involved and their offsprings are not identical to their parent cell, parental organism. So, in asexual reproduction, the mitosis is also helping to produce the new offspring. Basically, the asexual reproduction used to occur by the help of the mitosis. Else, let's discuss an example. So student, if we are going to see the example, then what we are going to discuss about the asexual reproduction example. Basically, there is a hydra, a living organism used to live in the seawater. The hydra used to grow with the help of the asexual reproduction. At the surface of the hydra, by the help of the mitosis, the bud used to produce. This bud slowly and gradually used to grow by the help of the mitosis and start producing itself. It start developing and growing itself. When it is going to become a complete hydra, then this daughter hydra used to detach from the parent hydra. So this is the way the hydra reproduce. Then again, this daughter hydra is also going to produce another hydra. By the help of the mitosis, the bird will produce, and this bird will further grow into a complete hydra. When this hydra is going to grow completely, then this daughter hydra is going to separate itself or detach from the mother hydra. This is basically asexual reproduction in which only one parent, a hydra female, is involved, as well as the daughter cell is totally resembling to the parent cell. Sorry, not the cell organism. The daughter organism is totally resembling to the parent organism. And yes, this is also helped by the help of the process mitosis. Similarly, the asexual reproduction used to also occur in the plants. What is happening in the plants? There are some techniques like grafting or cutting which are used to produce the plant. This is also happening by the asexual reproduction. And asexual reproduction will occur by the process known as the mitosis. We are going to learn about the asexual reproduction of the plant in class 10 in detail. As we have done with the mitosis, the significance of mitosis, let's discuss about the error in mitosis. Basically, the gene of the cell used to control the timing and the numbering of the mitosis. A cell used to produce the daughter cells, and these daughter cells are further again going to produce the new daughter cells and will become the parental cell. A cell, how many times a cell is going to grow, or how many times a cell is going to produce the new cells or going to pass through the mitosis phase. This all is going to control with the gene. The gene means DNA. The DNA used to control how many times a cell is going to reproduce, or one cell is going to produce how many new cells. So this all is basically controlled by a gene. If any change in the gene used to occur, any kind of a change, if occurs in the gene, then this is known as a mutation. Sometimes the mutation causes the abnormal growth of the cell. Due to this mutation, the cell used to grow abnormally, and they used to increase their number abnormally. In fact, the body do not require this abnormal growth of the cell, and this leads to a cancer, or in other words, tumor. So students, what we have learned, gene is basically the DNA used to control the growth and the reproduction of a cell. If any kind of the change that used to occur in the gene is known as a mutation, and there are some mutations which cause the abnormal growth of the cell. The abnormal growth of the cell sometimes used to become too much rapid that the cells do not remain under control and they used to grow abnormally. And this kind of disease is known as a cancer or tumor. Basically, there are two types of the tumor. One is known as a benign and other one is known as a malignant. In benign tumor, what is happening? The abnormal cells used to remain at some specific place. They used to grow in one specific place where the abnormality occur. Like if it occur in the liver, they will remain in liver. If it occurs in the skin, any part of the skin, they will remain in the skin. If it occur in the kidney, they will remain in the kidney. So, in benign tumor, the cell used to grow in some specific place, and that they do not use to move here and there. While in the malignant tumor, the cell used to move to the different part of the body, and then they used to grow there. Yes, mean everywhere. In the malignant tumor, the cell do not remain in its one specific place. They used to travel and invade in other cells or in other tissues or in other part of the body and cause the tumor. Such kind of the disease which used to multiply is known as the